Okay, everybody, the June 1st, 2026 meeting of the North Olmsted Building and Zoning Board of Appeals will come to order at 7 p.m. I first would like to ask everybody to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Ms. Wilson, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Mackey.
Here.
Mr. Ammons. Ms. Glotno.
Here.
Ms. Schuler.
Here.
Ms. Berry.
Here.
Okay, the minutes of the May 4th, 2026 are submitted for approval. Are there any amendments to the minutes? Okay, may I have a motion?
So moved.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, for all business before the board, each board member has viewed the premises involved in the case. Each case will be judged on the physical situation peculiar to itself, so that in no way is a judgment rendered considered to be a general policy affecting all properties and situations elsewhere. 3 votes are required for approval. Cases will be called in order of the agenda. When your case is called, please come to the podium and give your name, including spelling and address. Also, if anyone present is interested in the case being presented and wants to be heard on that particular case, please come forward at the same time and give your name, including spelling of name, and the address as well. Now, the first case before us tonight is case number 427-2026, James Hannebeck at 6397 Barton Road. Mr. Hannebeck? Please introduce yourself, sir.
Hello, my name is James Hannebeck. My wife and I, Charlotte Hannebeck, live at 6397 Barton Road. The last name is H-A-N as in Nancy, O, B as in boy, I-K.
Okay, thank you. Let me swear you in first. Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. Ms. Seeley, could you give the staff report, please?
Sure. This one was tabled from the last meeting. It's for a detached garage, a 250 square foot variance for area of private garage. Code permits 750. The applicant is showing 1,005 square feet. The existing attached garage is 525 square feet per the county, and the proposed one-story detached garage is 24 by 20, which is 480 square feet. The second variance is to allow a detached garage in the front yard. Code does not permit. Applicant shows the detached garage in the front yard.
Okay. Okay, sir, if you could present your case at this time?
Yes, I'd like to review it. So, my wife and I live in the house. It was my wife's parents' house. My mother and parents lived down the street, 6950 Barton Road. My mother died November 8th of last year. At that house, we had two car garages. The one garage had my collector car, 63 Corvette, rototiller, tools, lawnmower, trailers, engine hoist, parts washer. The house is going to be going to auction July 7th. We've taken everything out of the house. I have tubs and tubs of personal items, family photos, family possessions, other items. What I would like to do is to build this garage at my house, use that for storage for my car and for the other items. My current garage, we do fit our 2 cars in there. There's no really room for any type of storage or anything else. I currently have everything in a storage facility in North Ridgeville. As per code, the garages normally would go behind the house. My issue at the house was the water drainage. The elevation of Amanda Mateo's house just south of me is quite a bit higher than mine, so the water runs towards my house on a normal waterfall. Any type of rain, it would be like a waterfall coming over to my house. build the garage in back, I would have to have 70-foot excavated linear length to where the garage would be, and then the garage. This would create a situation where the water would roll onto the driveway up against my house, and then it would also roll towards the garage. Had several contractors come out to give me estimates. Mr. Spinola Concrete was concerned. He said you would have to basically build a retaining wall and then put drainage along the driveway and then along where the garage is to try to catch the water. You have to put a trough in there and drainage, and then in front of the garage, you would have to put a trough drain for the water rolling down into it. That would have to go across the yard, basically 150-foot tie into a underground pipe, which is an easement from the city. The problem is that pipe, when there's heavy rain, which is again maybe once or twice a year, it's a river going down through there. There's water up to both the house north of me and mine. The street's flooded. The water backs up to my sump pumps, causes hydraulic pressure on it. And, you know, the problem would be that when that water backs up, there'd be no place for that water to go to, so that would just all flow into the garage. Again, it was tabled last month to have the city engineer come out, which he did. It was very nice of him to come out to my site. It had rained 3 days prior, and he saw how large the puddle was next to the garage. And then I have stakes out where the garage would be if it was in the back, and that was all standing water. He brought with him a document of where my father-in-law had a pipe put in across the yard and feed out for drainage, and that goes like right underneath where the garage would be built. Looking down into the drain, you know, there was water standing there. There was no movement, and again, it was flooded around in that situation. We looked at the other side of the house, you know, for possibly building it there, but that has more of a incline. That's where the easement's at. That's where I have the three sump pumps draining, all the sewage drainage and everything goes through there. The site that I was proposing would be in front of the house to the left to where the garage would be. There's a turnaround right now, a concrete turnaround. That would be taken out, footers put in, the garage put there, which would be 24 width, 20 depth. It would be 15 foot off the existing garage. It would be 5 foot off the Mateo's property. He agreed this would not cause any issues on her part where any water would be trapped. It would cause flooding in her yard. Her backyard, I mean, again, is a swamp back there. Constantly lawn tractors getting stuck. You can't mow, but all that water, you can see it cascading down through the fence that she has right around this existing shed that I have. That shed is where the 2 pipes actually go both directions. So the problem I have is, in order to actually build it, it would have to be in front, you know, to not cause problems on her end and not cause any future issues on my end as far as garage being flooded or any other issues with that. So I guess my question is, you know, again, there's 2 variances, one for second garage, that's based off a deed, but the second one would be the location of it, which would be in front. Ms. Mateo, I've talked to her several times about it. She comes out where we babysit her kids, I plow her drive, you know, cut her grass, weed whack every time so we're, you know, we're very close. She has no issues building it there. The neighbor across the street, you know, I help him out. We snow plow or plow each other's drives. He actually worked on my car a couple weeks ago. Miss Guerra across the street, again, I take her garbage cans out, plow. She has no issues. The house just north of me recently has been flipped. It's currently for sale, so there's nobody there that, you know, I can ask as far as would it be. But the actual location of where that garage would still be 93 foot off the center of the Barton Road. It would still be back further than the 3 houses to the north of me. So I wouldn't be impeding on the road or being too close to it, and it would be out basically 5 foot further than Ms. Mateo's house. But everything north of me, I would still be behind, where their garage or their front of the house would be as compared to the street. This is what I was talking about. It would be right here, and then again, you can see these homes, how close they are. Hers, with her corner of her house would line up, and I would be basically a little bit to the left of the turnaround at that point. But back in this area where I had it staked out, trying to get estimates, again, this was all flooded through here, and this is all flooded here. The drain that the engineer spoke about was right here, and it actually goes on both sides of the shed trying to relieve this water. And there's very little water in the drain, and it's not removing any type of water. And then through here is the actual drainage for coming from Redwood and Chestnut. And then it's a swell right there, so the pipe handles a lot. But then this floods from this is all woods, all the water rolls into here, it comes through here. This whole section floods, and then the street. And again, like I mentioned last time, I would be trying to clean the drains under heavy conditions and pushing cars out and trying to stop traffic. And again, that's only once or twice a year, but that's all it would take to ruin whatever I have in that garage if I did build it in the back, because all the water would still be running towards it and no place for it to actually go. So I'm asking, as far as, do you have any other questions I can answer on this? And again, for your opinions on it, please.
Oh, I'm going to refer the next comment to Ms. Seeley, if you could excuse me. Ms. Seeley, do you have any comment
Yes,
on the case?
thank you. I had provided an update from the city engineer, Jeff Larsky. I'm not sure if you all were given a copy of it, the email, but it said, Katie, I met with, and this was May 11th. Katie, I met with the resident today and saw the issues with the drainage on the parcel. Based on my observations of the yard flooding that occurs during heavy storms, I would say that there is a practical difficulty that would preclude placing the garage in the backyard. I would support the front yard placement based on the drainage issues. Jeff. So that's his, so he's obviously in support of it in the front yard. Whether that's a whole different case, whether you want to have him 2 garages over the 250, he doesn't weigh in on that, just on that he is in support of it being the front yard because of the drainage issues. That's all I have to add.
Thank you. At this time, I'd like to let the record reflect that Mr. Ammons, our fellow commissioner, has joined our meeting at 7:06 p.m. Mr. Wackers, do you have anything to add, sir?
I do not, just that the engineer from our department did look at this specifics and recommended that there was a hardship that warranted relief.
Okay. Mr. Hannebeck, is there anything else that you need to add?
No, I mean, the actual dimensions, I'm trying to keep it, again, as far as the need, size I need, and then the distances I need. Like I had, different options of all metal or wood. I think, building it out of wood with, asphalt shingles, siding, everything, try to match. My house is brick with vinyl on the top. It wouldn't stand out. Metal buildings are nice, but I think, that would stand out. People driving down the street, I'm not sure, again, if they're looking over, they'll see it, but I don't want it to be, very visible sticking out. But, again, at this point, I'm kind of limited what my options are with it, trying to store everything, so I can store it in remote locations, but if I ever needed to work on it, all my tools, all the other parts, they'd be at another site, and then I'd have to try to keep transporting back and forth, and, there's not enough room in my garage to do anything to it. And again, I would not be conducting any type of business, it's only repairs of, my vehicles or possibly the neighbors, their lawnmower, or whatever else I have to do.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hannebeck. At this time, I'd like to open the floor to board members for questions of the applicant.
I don't have any questions. I think between last month and, I mean, he's done all the homework and the city engineer supports the location and the extra size. I mean, these days, we all need extra storage for equipment and.
Okay. Mr. Ammons, do you have anything to add?
I apologize for being late, Mr. Commissioner. I remember the case from last month and talking with it about it, and I actually drove by it a couple of times, actually in different weather conditions, and took a look and see what was going on out there. I have no questions. That's the answer. I have no questions.
Ms. Berry? Ms. Schuler?
I think the fact that it is back farther than the homes north of it also lends to the position that he is trying to make it work in the front.
Okay, can I have a motion, please?
So moved. Oh, yeah.
Somebody want to make a motion?
I don't have the sheet.
This case right here.
There we go. I will make a motion that case number 427-2026, James Hennebick, at 6397 Barton Road, be approved.
I second.
Okay, motion is seconded. At this time, board members will discuss the case amongst ourselves. Who wants to start?
I don't have anything further to add.
Okay.
I disagree with the garage placement being put up front, but I'm willing to make exceptions in this particular case because of his particular conditions.
Okay. Ms. Berry, Ms. Schuler?
Nothing further on my end.
Okay. Yeah, having studied the case and all the drawings you submitted and your testimony, and in particular the point that some of your neighbors have setbacks that are less than what you are proposing to build. So I don't see an adverse impact on the neighborhood. And it is a practical solution, in my view, to solve a problem. He does have a definite need for additional storage. So I'm in favor of it. Any further comments? Okay. Ms. Wilson, could you call the roll, please?
Mr. Ammons,
Yes.
Ms. Glotno,
Yes.
Mr. Mackey,
Yes.
Ms. Schuler,
Yes.
Ms. Berry.
Yes.
Okay, the motion is passed 5-0, sir. You can see the city for your permitting and proceed from there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
very much.
The next case is case number 430-2026, Ariana Cardella at 24731 Fawn Drive.
My name is Matt Vargo, M-A-T-T-V-A-R-G-O, with Hemadex, representing the Cardella residents for this project that we're proposing.
Okay, if I may, sir, can I swear you in? Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. Ms. Seeley, could you please give the report on this case?
Sure, thank you. This is, project consists of 2 decks, one in the side yard, one in the side front yard. First variance request is to enlarge a non-conforming dwelling that does not conform to all setback requirements. Code does not permit. Note that the dwelling is non-conforming and that the existing rear setback is approximately 24 feet, where 50 feet is required in the rear yard, and the existing front yard setback is 48 feet, where 50 feet is required in the front yard. The second variance request is a variance for an accessory structure, a deck, in the side and front yard. Code requires an accessory structure to be in the rear yard. The applicant shows it in the side and the front. The proposed deck is on the north side of the dwelling, wrapping around to the east side of the dwelling. It's approximately 5 by 25 and another 5 by 24. The third is a variance request for an accessory structure, a deck in the side yard. Code requires an accessory structure to be in the rear yard. And the fourth one is a 2-foot variance for side yard setback on a corner lot. Code requires 25 feet. The applicant shows 23 feet. The dwelling is located on a corner lot. The applicant has proposed 2 decks, as I've said. And I know there's some discrepancy or understanding on how the code interprets front yards on a corner lot. But according to the chapter, the lot front line is on a corner lot is the shortest of 2 lot lines, determines the front lot line. In this case, Fawn is the side yard and Hunter is the front yard. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, sir, would you present your case?
Yeah, so, thank you, Katie.
Sure.
That was a lot better than I could have said that. We are proposing basically a front porch, for the homeowner, that does wrap around the corner. They are on a corner lot, and right now they're using like their sidewalk getting from the, from the driveway to the front door is like a seating area right now, and they'd like to clear that up to be able to then have some chairs and seating up front. Quiet neighborhood, it's like that one kind of one entrance kind of type of deal. So just being able to have something that they can have out front and be able to see neighbors or just, sit out front. And then on the back right now, they currently have a patio it's kind of parceled together currently in the back and fenced in area where they just want to do a floating deck in the back to something that's raised off the ground for them to be able to, again, have something. It's a safe transition to the back, but also just, again, something for them to just enjoy some privacy and some peace and quiet in the back there.
Okay. Ms. Seeley, do you have anything to add on the case?
Yeah, it's a very unique, it's kind of a small lot on a corner. There were never any variances for when it was built, so I don't know what the zoning codes were back then, for the side and the front on a corner lot, but anytime you do an improvement, you have to go by today's zoning code, so it's unfortunate. It looks like there's a lot, but really anything they want to do on their property is going to require variances. Their backyard doesn't even have a door out to the backyard. It's basically the side of the garage. So if they would have put a deck on there, they'd have to go around their house to get to the deck. They couldn't go through their house to get to the deck. So by putting it where they want to put it is basically the side yards, but it is both their doors and what they consider their front yard where their driveway is and then what they consider their backyard where their back door is at. So like I said, anything they wanted to do, they would have to have a variance. They couldn't put anything on their house without coming to here. The only things they could do is maybe replace the concrete pad in the back, and that would be it. And that's still in the side yard. And you can't put a patio in a side yard. So they really have a hardship with this house, unfortunately. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Mr. Wackers, do you have anything to add, sir?
Just to concur with the building department's assessment that this is likely a non-conforming lot, most likely for lot coverage, and the fact that it's a corner lot increases the front yard requirements, further restricting the ability of where you can place any structure or addition to a structure. These are type of scenarios that certainly indicate that a hardship is likely present.
Okay. Do you have anything else to add, sir? Okay. Well, at this time, I'd like to open the floor to the board members for questions of the applicant.
Is there any feedback from the neighbors or anything like that in regard to this? Or concerns?
I'm Ariana Figueroa, the owner of the residence. I did speak to all the neighbors surrounding us.
If you could spell your last name, please, and then I'd like to swear you in.
Alright, Cardella.
Okay, I'd like to swear you in at this time. Promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Alright, I did speak to the surrounding neighbors. None of them have problems with it. Because we're doing a floating deck, there's gonna be no railings impeding anybody's view of the surrounding neighborhood. The concrete patio in the back is dangerous. It's starting to sink with pavers and everything. So it's dangerous for our kids to kind of go out there and do anything. But none of the neighbors have an issue with it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anybody else have any questions?
I may have missed it, but on the fawn side and the hunter side, what is the distance off the house that's going to extend?
Oh,
Away from the house,
5 feet.
5 feet,
Yeah,
okay,
both
that's
sides.
fine.
Right. So it's a, in essence, a wraparound,
Yeah.
two sides of the house, extending
Yeah.
5 feet out.
Yep.
Okay. I do have a question on the Hunter Drive side. What is the setback there approximately?
I have it labeled 43.
43 feet. Okay. All right. Any further questions? Okay, can I have a motion, please?
Thank you. I will motion that case number 430-2026 Ariana Candela, Candela, 24731 Fawn Road be approved.
I second.
Okay, thank you. Okay, at this time, I'd like to ask the board members to deliberate the issue.
This is clearly a case for me that this homeowner's clearly just got a small property. It's a non-conforming property. They are truly that stuck between a rock and a hard place. They can't do anything. So based on this hardship and the fact that this, I don't believe, is an overly large structure, they're just simply asking for something that is going to make it more convenient and more livable. Probably will add to the neighborhood rather than detract. So I have no problem with what they're doing at all.
Okay. Anybody else comment? Well, I tend to agree with what Mr. Ammons has stated. I think the notion of a 5-foot extension off the house would be complementary to the structure and certainly afford that quiet enjoyment they're seeking. So I'm in favor of it. Ms. Wilson, can you take the roll, please?
Mr. Ammons,
Yes.
Ms. Glotno,
Yes.
Ms. Schuler,
Yes.
Mr. Mackey,
Yes.
Ms. Berry.
Yes.
Okay, the motion is passed. Go ahead and proceed with the city. All right, the next case is number 432-2026, Robert Wargo, 23162 Mastic Road.
Hello, my name is Robert Wargo, W-A-R-G-O, at 23162 Mastic Road.
Okay, would you raise your hand, sir? You promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. Ms. Seeley, could we have the staff reports?
Sure, thank you. This is for a new fence in the front yard and side yard on a corner lot. Two requests. The first one is an 18-inch variance for height of a fence. The front yard code allows a fence in the front yard not to exceed 30 inches. Applicant shows 48 inches. The next one is an 18-inch variance for height of a fence in the side yard. Code allows it not to exceed 30 inches and shows it 48. Note the fence is a 4-foot-high black aluminum with 3.75-inch space between the pickets. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Wackers, or excuse me, you can, Mr. Wargo, please present your case.
Yes, my wife Sylvia and I, we take care of our 5-year-old grandson, and also I have a 3-year-old pug dog named Bella. And they're the biggest reason why we want to do the fence. One day a while back, my dog got loose accidentally out the eastway door, and I was running around trying to catch her, and you know, if you guys know pugs, they're very fast. And thank God that the traffic stopped. We live in a very high traffic area. It's constant all day, you know, on the corner of Mastic and Clay. You know, they come from 480, they come down Mastic, go to Olmsted Falls, Bria. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's constant all day. Anyway, luckily the traffic stopped, and there were people getting out of their cars. It was pretty embarrassing that, but I was able to catch her finally about 10 minutes later. I dove at her and I got her. Okay, so it's basically for protection for us when we go out to garden out here. We have a real nice garden going around the whole house. You know, we can get compliments on it too. A 2.5 foot fence was just too small for it, okay? We have coyotes in the area, there's been, mention of a bobcat being seen, there's other wild animals, there's a lot of shady characters that have been walking around the neighborhood too. And, even a human being would probably just step over that short of a fence. And, we're gonna have 2 gates on it too, and it's not a real big portion of the yard either. My house is like L-shaped, you know, and the side of the house is actually on clay, and the front of the house is on mastic. Alright, so we just wanted to come out where the driveway starts, up to like a foot before the sidewalk, so you have the whole tree lawn, so it's not really going far out, okay? And then go around, and then come to the front yard, where the front door is at, and close it in. And I have a lot of property on the front yard part, on the mastic side, it's nowhere near the road, so. That's just for us to go out, and the dog, and my grandson, which we watch all the time too. And my wife and I could go out there and garden and be out there at certain times of the year.
Okay.
I'm just trying to protect my family.
Okay, thank you.
It's a big safety thing, and it would look good too. You know, it wouldn't do nothing to the property value or nothing, probably up the property value. A little fence like that, and it's just an aluminum rod see-through fence, that you see, a black one that you see it in a lot of places, you know, and that. So.
Okay, thank you, sir. Ms. Seeley, do you have anything to add?
Not really, just it's a minimal request, the height, and we can see through it, so it's not like it's solid, so it's not gonna obstruct anybody's views driving down the street or him pulling out of his driveway. So I don't have anything else, thank you.
Mr. Wackers?
Yeah, this is another example of a corner lot. Just have unique circumstances that routinely pose issues that would not exist on other properties. It's not a 6-foot privacy fence, so it's not creating a visual barrier. Beyond that, I think the applicant has stated their case. So.
Thank you. Mr. Wargo, do you have anything else to add?
That's about it.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna open the floor to the board members to ask the applicant questions they may have. Any questions?
So there's gonna be a gate across the driveway?
There's gonna be a gate at the driveway, coming up the sidewalk, comes to the breezeway door. Okay, I have a door at the breezeway, okay? And then there's a front door at the master part, okay? There's gonna be a gate right there at the driveway, just for you to come in on the sidewalk into the breezeway door. And it'll be fenced in all the way around. I have a sidewalk that goes all the way around the side of the house, to the front of the house, to the front door with a brick porch, okay? And the fence is gonna go up to there and close that off. And there's gonna be another gate up where the fence starts to turn.
Is it-
Okay, so that landscapers can get in and cut the grass and do what they need to do.
So this fence is not gonna cross the driveway then?
No.
It's not gonna cross the driveway at all?
No, it's not gonna cross.
Okay,
the
so
driveway.
I misinterpreted that,
Right
okay.
at the edge of the garage where it starts and where you start to walk to the house, you know, and that.
Will that gate be lockable?
Yes,
Will you be locking it?
I'm probably gonna lock the other one, but not the one at the driveway, because we gotta get in and out, you know. People park here and that too, so. I could if you want me to, I mean.
No, I don't want you to, that's, I
No,
was wondering if you're, how secure,
all the time, though.
how secure you're planning on being. Yeah.
Okay, may I have a motion, please?
Motion again. Figured out how this stupid thing works. Yeah. There we go. I'd like to make a motion at case number 432 2026 Robert Wargo, is it?
Robert Wargo.
Wargo, yes. Be approved.
Second.
Okay. A discussion? Anybody? Schuler?
I would just say, given that it's a high traffic area and it's a minor request, I would fully support anything that makes it property safer, for sure.
And I think also that it's see-through, it's not obstructing anybody's view of the high traffic that's around.
Okay.
And like I said, he'll have his grandchild and dog in a safe place.
Okay. Any comment?
Agreed, it's a minimal request for a busy intersection, so I don't have any objections.
Okay. Ms. Wilson, could you take the roll, please?
Mr. Ammons,
Yes.
Ms. Glatno,
Yes.
Ms. Berry,
Yes.
Ms. Schuler,
Yes.
Mr. Mackey.
Yes. Okay, Mr. Wargo, the motion has passed. You can see the building department for permitting.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Joe.
Okay, the next case is number 436-2026, Amanda Breeden at 4567 Andorra Drive. Could you introduce yourself, please?
My name's Amanda Breeden, last name Breeden. I live at 4567 Endora Drive, North Olmsted, Ohio.
Okay. Would you raise your right hand, please? You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Thank you. Ms. Seeley, could we have the staff report,
Sure.
please?
Thank you. This is for a storage building, one variance request, and it's just a 10 square foot variance for the size of a storage building. Code allows 150 square feet. The applicant shows 160 square feet. Proposed shed is 10 by 16. The lot size is 14,480 square feet. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Breeden, would you go ahead, please?
Yes. As what was just mentioned, so based on my lot size, I'm allowed 150 square foot shed. Just based on the amount of yard equipment and different things that I have to support the house and support the exterior of it, I'm requesting a 10 by 16 shed, which would result in 100 square foot, or 160 square foot, sorry about that. So I did look at 10 by 15 models first, 3 different manufacturers, and it turned out to get a 10 by 15 could be the same price or more expensive than a 10 by 16, because what they do is they use the material for a 10 by 16, then they have to add the step of cutting it down to a 10 by 15. The next standard size would be a 10 by 14, which is just significantly less storage space. Based on the shed that I'm looking at, it would be a double door with 2 windows on the side, gable style. Visually, it'll fit very well into the neighborhood. It'll be smaller, ish, or at least fit with the sheds in the area. So what my lot looks like in the back is one side's fully of trees, so my right neighbor cannot see through my backyard. The back corner is a solid fence, so they're unable to see. And then to the left, they have 2 sheds right next door, which would be near where my shed would be.
Okay. Thank you. Ms. Seeley, do you have anything to add?
Just that it's a minimal request. We've seen these many times, and hopefully with the upcoming zoning audit, it may be reflected that 10 by 16s will in the future be allowed, and we won't have to go through so many of these. But because, right, like the way they're manufactured, 10 by 16 is more of the custom, or not a custom, it's more of the size. So it's a very minimal request. I have no objections. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Wackers?
Based on the merits of this case, I think the applicant has stated their hardship and request that the board consider it.
Okay. Ms. Breeden, do you have anything else to add? Okay. This time, board members, do you have any questions of the applicant? Okay. May I have a motion, please?
I'd like to make a motion that case number 436-2026 Amanda Breeden be approved.
I second.
Board members, discussion? Anybody?
Such a small request, as we do these all the time. I'm not gonna question this.
Okay. Anybody else? All right. Well, I concur with Mr. Ammons. 10 by 16 seems to be the manufacturer's standard in the market now. So I imagine we'll see some movement in the city code the next time a revision is due. Ms. Wilson, could you go ahead and call the roll, please?
Mr. Ammons?
Yes.
Ms. Glatno?
Yes.
Ms. Berry?
Yes.
Ms. Schuler?
Yes.
Mr. Mackey?
Yes. Okay, the motion is passed 5-0. I can see the city building department for your permitting. Thank you. Okay, the next case is number 438-2026, Amgad Dayam at 30900 North Court. Could you introduce yourself, sir?
Good afternoon, board. My name is Adrian Rondini, R-O-N-D-I-N-I, on behalf of Superior Fence, on behalf of Mr. Dale.
Okay. Ms. Seeley? Oh, yeah, we gotta swear you in before we go. Yep. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Thank you. Ms. Seeley?
Thank you. This is for a fence in the front yard. 2 variance requests. The first one is a 42-inch variance for height of a fence in the front yard. Code allows a fence in the front yard not to exceed 30 inches. Applicant shows 72. The second one is a 50-foot variance or 50% variance for the opaque fence in the front yard. Code allows a fence in the front yard not to exceed 50% opacity. Applicant shows 100%. The fence is a 6-foot high, 72-inch solid white vinyl. This is a unique residential property located on a cul-de-sac with a section of the fence approximately 67.47 feet separating the commercial property placed in front of it, which is placed in front of the owner's front yard. It's a unique situation. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, could you present your case now,
Yes,
sir?
absolutely, sir. So we're just actually replacing the existing fences there right now. It's an old wooden fence. It's really it's decrepit now. It's falling over. On the other side where the fence is covering is a industrial backing and a lot of woods and stuff like that. So the intent is keep things out. Mr. Dame has children. Allow them to be able to play and not worry about what's going on in the woods. Just as they have so far. And then we've also gotten letters from the neighbors as well and submitted those, and everyone's in support of the fence. If anything's gonna add value to the cul-de-sac that they're in, but it doesn't, there's no right of way that it's blocking or anything like that. It's just what's already there, we're just improving what's there.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Wilson, do you have letters submitted? This matter?
It's part of the packet.
Part of the packet.
Okay, thank you. All right, Ms. Seeley, do you have anything to add?
No, just that it is unique and you would never know it's his front yard until you actually look at the way it's placed in the yard. But we don't have any objection. It'll look nice compared to what it looks like now. So yeah, I think it'll be a nice improvement. Thank you.
Mr. Wackers, sir.
Regardless of what the code says, I think what the intent here is it really is in line with the buffering and the screening requirements that we require between 2 different districts. In this case, it's a commercial district and a residential district. We try to make as much screening and buffering required. An opaque fence is really encouraged in our zoning code. We want to ensure that we maintain that intent. And the commercial use behind them is fairly intensive. It's a significant contractor's yard covering multiple acres. So I think this is warranted to allow this request.
Okay. Do you have anything else to add, sir?
No, sir.
Okay. At this time, I'd like to open the floor to board members to ask questions of the applicant. Okay. All right, the only question I have is, are there any easements involved where the fence would be crossing easements?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. Now, at this time, I'd like to have the board deliberate on the issue. Make a motion here first. Yeah. Getting ahead of myself. So we're right here.
All right. I'd like to make a motion that case number 438-2026. MGod Damon, I apologize if I butcher anyone's name, be approved.
I second.
Okay, discussion?
Once again, it's such a unique situation that, and they're not really looking to put anything new up, just replace something that's old and junky, and they want it to look better, and at the same time, it's going to look better. It's going to improve security, safety, and the general area. So I would be in favor.
Okay.
Agreed.
Ms. Glatno agrees.
I visited the property and it's in a very private area, up a hill and over. So I don't think it wouldn't be objectionable for anybody to,
Okay.
like it's not on a main highway or anything that would be
Right.
blocking anything. So I would agree.
Ditto.
Okay. Yeah, when I viewed the property, I could readily understand the idea of replacing it with a more attractive fence. Number one. Number two, having a contractor's storage yard on the other side of the fence, to me, represents an attractive nuisance for children. And the safety factor here creates the need. So I think the homeowner is doing absolutely the right thing. Ms. Wilson, can we have the roll call, please?
Mr. Ammons?
Yes.
Ms. Glatno?
Yes.
Mr. Mackey?
Yes.
Ms. Berry?
Yes.
Ms. Schuler?
Yes.
Okay, the motion passes 5-0. You can go ahead and proceed with the building department. Thank you, sir. The next case before us is number 439-2026, Warren James at 5740 Canterbury Road. Hello, would you introduce yourself, please?
Warren James, W-A-R-R-E-N. Last name's James, J-A-M-E-S.
Okay, and would you raise your right hand? Promise tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Ms. Seeley?
Thank you. This is for a driveway. It's one variance request, an 8-foot variance for width of a driveway serving a detached garage. Code allows 12 feet. Applicant, in the front yard, applicant shows 20 feet. It appears that a widened driveway has been present on the property for several years. Google goes back to at least 2011. There was no violations cited for the driveway. There was also no permits in the past to have widened it. So that's why he wants to improve it now. So that's why he's applied for the variance. Thank you.
Okay. Would you like to present your case now, sir?
Yeah, pretty much as she stated. It's already there. I'm just looking to improve it. It is a safety issue for us with Canterbury being, the southern portion of it is one way in, one way out, so it's well traveled. You have people, golfers coming out, people from the party center, ballroom. I'm sorry. Also the condos behind us, so it is heavily traveled, and if we don't have that turnaround, then we're always going to be backing out or backing in, and it can be dangerous, especially for my wife and daughter. So just looking to improve the property and just fix what's already there.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Thank you. Ms. Sealing, anything to add?
Just that his lot is kind of narrow. He wouldn't have anywhere to put like a turnaround in the backyard. So his only option would be to do it in the front yard. And we're considering it not as a turnaround, but as a driveway widening because of the length of it. He would, typically he would not be permitted to have a pad in that area in Canterbury, and it would have to be 18 by 20. This is a lot larger, so that's why I'm going for it as a wider driveway and rather than a parking pad, like we've done in the past whenever I reviewed it with the commissioner and with a past director. But I think he does have a hardship with Canterbury. It is awfully busy over in that area. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Wackers?
Just to add, I took a quick look at the 1993 aerials, and it shows that driveway in that configuration. I see a car parked there as well. To that end, I think it's just an existing non-conforming status. Providing a variance helps bring it into compliance by legalizing that aspect. So I think given the time that's been there, we're providing a mechanism so that it becomes compliant.
Mr. James, do you have anything to add? Okay, do you have any questions for the applicant?
No.
Okay, can I have a motion then?
I'd like to make a motion, case number 439-2026, Warren James, be approved.
I second.
Okay. All right, let's discuss the matter.
Similar to what we've kind of discussed before, it enhances the safety of the property, and it's already there, so I certainly have no objections.
Okay. Anybody else?
Coming from a busy street myself, I know how difficult it is to back out onto streets sometimes, especially if the weather's a little inclement or if the road isn't exactly lighted properly or something like that. So to me, I see this as for his particular location really a necessity. It makes it so much better. It's just asking people to back out onto a busy road is nothing more than a hazard. So I would be in favor.
Okay.
And size-wise, it's already there, so we're just making it better.
Okay, I concur. Ms. Wilson, could you call the roll, please?
Mr. Ammons?
Yes.
Ms. Glotno?
Yes.
Mr. Mackey?
Yes.
Ms. Schuler?
Yes.
Ms. Berry?
Yes.
Okay, motion passes 5-1, none rather. See the building department for permitting, please. Thank you, sir. The next case is number 449-2026, Daniel Salmon, 4972 Porter Road.
Hi there. I'll just introduce myself first. I'm Andrea Salmon, A-N-D-R-E-A, last name Salmian, and our address is 4972 Porter Road. And I'm just going to give you over to my husband.
I'm Daniel Sullivan, again, S-A-L-M-A-N. We live at 4972 Porter Road. That's P-O-R-T-E-R. We're here to see if the area variance will be approved or not.
Okay, would you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. Ms. Seeley?
Thank you. This is for a storage building, one request, an 80 square foot variance for the size of a storage building. Code allows 200 square feet. The applicant shows 280 square feet. The proposed shed is 14 by 20, which is 280 square feet. And the lot size is 22,500 square feet. Thank you.
Thank you. Would you present your case, sir?
Yes. So we're requesting an area variance to replace a shed that was destroyed during March 31st storm when 4 trees fell onto our structure. The original shed had existed on the property since 1970s, predating the current zoning requirements. We are proposing a 14 by 20 feet replacement shed with a concrete foundation, while it is slightly larger than the 13 by 18 feet original structure. This 46 square feet addition is a modest ask and will provide a safer, more durable, and code-compliant building for long-term use. This hardship was created by an unexpected severe storm, and the insurance deemed the structure as a total loss. Without the variance, we would be unable to reasonably replace a structure that has served this property for years. We're in close touch with our neighbors who have full awareness of our plans, and each has signed a statement showing their support and lack of objection to this request. We we believe this is a reasonable improvement that will positively impact the character of the neighborhood, and respectfully ask for your approval. Thank you for your time. I would be happy to answer any questions at this time.
Thank you. Ms. Seelig, do you have anything to add?
Not at this time, just reiterate what he said. He wouldn't be here if there wasn't the storm that didn't damage his other shed. And this one will probably look nicer than the other one. Thank you.
Mr. Wackers?
From a zoning perspective, I think given that the shed had already been there and they're looking to replace it or reconstruct it within a year, I would recommend that it not become closer to the rear property line, and that any expansion of the structure goes towards the house. It would be preferred from the planning department.
And that's what
Thank you.
indicates on the drawings as well.
Okay, I was about to ask you if you had something to add.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the package that I provided, it shows in into one of the pages here, in the site context. Also, there's you can see in the bottom half where it's the blue image, I don't know if you can see the numbers there, but we had the original corner maintained, and like it said, any expansion goes towards the house, and it's almost to the middle of the property as far as the width. So it's going to maintain the original cornerstone. Oh, sorry about that. The original cornerstone of the original structure. So one corner will be shared exactly to where. So it's 6 feet away from the property line, and it has, I believe, 52 feet wide to that cornerstone. And that's all.
Okay, thank you. This time I'd like to ask the board members to present any questions to the applicant.
I guess I just have one, actually, and it doesn't bear too much on it, but you made the statement that if you had to put it back to the original size, that you'd be unable to do that.
Yeah, so in regards to that, the original builder actually built the house and the shed, and actually met him, and we talked about how this all happened, and he had a custom made, so 13 by 18 originally, and when we went to shop around for sheds, Alpine, which was the preferred vendor that we want to use, they said that they don't have a standard 13 by 18, so we went the next size up, which was a 14 by 20. And that's where we're asking a modest increase. I believe it's 46 square feet in addition to the original.
So what you're saying is that it would actually be more expensive to put it back at the same size than it would be to increase the size just a little bit.
Right.
Okay.
I have a question. You said you're gonna put it on a concrete block.
Yes, originally it was on cement blocks.
Oh, that was what I was gonna.
So by putting it on concrete, it's going to be more compliant, more durable. It's going to have rebar in the concrete, so it will be very stable. And there's no what do you call it? There's no downside to it. It's actually an upgrade that will improve what do you call it? Our situation, and we're asking to identify what the original insurance, but we couldn't go to the original 13 by 18, so we're just asking a slightly increase.
So it's gonna upgrade the value of your home.
Yes.
Too.
Well, it's also for our current, my tools right now sit in a tent because the original was demolished. So right now I have all my tools, my tractor, my gardening tools, they're all sitting right now in the tent, and I need to build this as soon as possible, and as you saw in one of the diagrams there, the proposal of what it was and what we proposed to, right there. That's the top is what it was, and that's a picture from my deck. But, the Alpine version is below that. You can see it's a very standardized shed structure that everybody uses, so it's standardized.
Okay, thank you. Could we have a motion, please?
I'd like to make a motion that case number 449-2026, Daniel Selman, be approved.
I second.
Deliberation?
Typically, I would not bring cost into this situation because cost doesn't bear on whether he's actually making a building code or not. I did ask about it just to find out what if there was a cost difference and so forth. But the reality of it is that barring the cost, the structure that he had is a difficult one because it was made in an odd way, custom to his property, and putting a more standardized building up just makes sense. And it's a few feet more. It's not an unreasonable amount, so I would be in favor of it with the size of his yard.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Well, I can concur with Mr. Ammons in entirety. Ms. Wilson, could we have the roll, please?
Mr. Ammons?
Yes.
Ms. Guatno?
Yes.
Ms. Schuler?
Yes.
Ms. Berry?
Yes.
Mr. Mackey?
Yes. Okay, the motion passes 5-0. If you'll see the building department for your permitting.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Okay, the next case is number 450-2026, Martin Doolary at 6034 Somerset Drive.
Good evening. My name is Martin Doolary, M-A-R-T-I-N, last name D-U-L-E-L-L-A-R-I.
Okay, would you raise your right hand, sir, while I swear you in? You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Thank you. Ms. Seeley.
Thank you. This is one variance request for a new fence in the side yard of a corner lot. It's a 10-foot variance for the setback of a fence in the side yard of a corner lot. Code requires 20 feet. The applicant is showing 10 feet. The proposed fence is a 6-foot high solid board fence. Make note that the homeowner applied for a variance at the June 5th, 2023 meeting for the 6-foot high solid board fence to be set back 5 feet from the side yard of a corner lot and was denied. The meeting minutes were included with the report. Thank you.
Okay, sir, could you present your case this time?
Yeah, absolutely. The first time, when I was here, obviously, I quickly realized that what I was asking for was a little bit, kind of, I suppose, unprecedented. And I believe at the time one of the board members said that that they hadn't approved this much of a variance. So the reason why I'm here about 2 years, well, 2 years later, is because some circumstances have changed. So which me and my wife are expecting our first child. So this fence would obviously be a nice place for for my family to to spend time in the backyard that that not that the whole neighborhood can see. Obviously, there's also some more some safety concerns with it too. Time and time again, we have seen people just instead of making the corner to to going on the other side of the street, they just take So, one of the concerns when I was when I put in the application is that there are two trees, you know, in there, and when me and the architect were, were looking at this, and he somehow magically made those trees disappear. I don't know how he did. He did that in the pictures, but those trees I believe would be inside the proposed fence because they are they are about halfway in between where where the house is, where the line, I guess, of the house is, and the sidewalk. I've also brought in, with the application, I brought in some pictures that sort of show that even though it's a corner lot, looking on the looking on the other side of the street, when cars are coming through, would not be an issue. I guess disregard the bottom picture, the top left picture, clearly shows that a fence would not be a safety concern for incoming traffic.
Okay.
Yeah, and I also just wanted to say that we were all in a really good group here, going 6-0. We can make it a perfect evening.
Ms. Seeley, do you have anything to add?
Just that the applicant and I had spoke, and I do have concerns that he does not have 10 feet from the trees to be within his yard. So I would like him to keep in mind that if, you said your architect magically removed those trees, if your fence automatically goes up and it's not 10 feet off, if they do approve it, our zoning inspector will deny it and you'll have to remove the fence. So I talked to you about it. I want to make sure that they approve that 10 feet, that your fence is nowhere closer than 10 feet to the sidewalk because you were denied your last variance request because you were going to be 5 feet off. And then you come back to 10, but if those trees are still in the way, I don't know how you can add more, just keep that in mind because if you put it up because you even said that, I might have to go in between the trees, so it's just my job right now to say it's not zoning compliant, so that's why we're here. But if you do get the permit, it has to be 10 feet or the zoning inspector will make you remove it. I just want you to know that up front.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So,
You have to have your 10 feet if you get it.
when we spoke, I believe it was on a Friday, I was not in town at the time. So, when I got back, I was able to go in and measure it, and it would be within.
The trees will be in your backyard and not on the other side of the fence.
Correct. Yes, and I would also consider removing the trees, with the new incoming member of the family, and I'd like to possibly, maybe build a tree house or something like that. Just, but that's some, obviously future plans. I just like to the option there. Also, I would also be waiting out the expensive tree removal. If those prices maybe come down, which is unlikely, but.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Wackers?
Just to repeat, it's another corner lot scenario. I think what he's looking for is really enjoyment of his rear yard. It just happens a significant portion of the rear yard fronts along a city street, and provided he can take into account building department's comments about the existing trees, then planning department certainly feels like there's a hardship that where a waiver could be considered.
Okay, do you have anything else to add, sir?
It's just that, as of right now, the yard is not being used, and, obviously been paying property taxes in the past 5 years for, for something that I just, can't use. Also, I really do think that, it would, with the choice of fencing, it would make, the neighborhood also, look a little bit better, and obviously the property value would, would also, go up. As well.
Thank you. At this time, I'd like to ask board members if they have any questions.
I have one for Miss Seeley, actually. I'm looking at the drawing here with the corner lot just sort of drawn in. Is that drawing showing? Yeah, if you is that showing that angular view? Is that showing that the fence is blocking a line of sight from a car coming around that? Or is that, am I looking at that wrong?
I can't answer that. I don't drive by the properties to view them.
Well, I'm just thinking you've got an angular, from center line to center line of the street, and so I just was wondering if that's what that was showing. If that's something that the city was considering, or that we should be considering.
That would be something you should be considering, I believe, because that's what the variance request is for, to see if he's too close. That's why the code, I think, is 20 feet off, to make sure there are no site where you can't see. So
he has moved it back 5 more feet. The original was 5 feet.
The original, now he was saying 10 feet. Because the original was
now.
denied, correct.
So he's
now
adding a little bit more.
Correct.
But that map is still saying it still may be in the line of sight around the corner. From the
he created this map, I did not, so
okay.
I'm not quite sure. Maybe he can explain the map.
That's what I was just, that's why I was asking the lines on that map, because I didn't quite understand exactly what they were saying.
I might have an answer.
Okay.
So, on this picture, this is the line of sight. These lines here are the line of sight, and so if you go back a couple of pictures, so that one.
Yeah, that's the one.
The one you had previously. To the pictures, not the drawings. Okay, so, with this proposed, fence, there would not be, what the drawing shows, there would not be, an impeding, line of sight. However, with the bottom one, which is not the one, that I'd be using, this would be showing, the line of sight to be, slightly, problematic there. So this is why, I obviously, am requesting, the top left, fence.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that that I wasn't missing something that was being shown on that, as far as cars driving around the corner, and then a fence blocking a line of sight around the corner.
Could you go ahead and put up the schematic that he had previously? That one, yes.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, sir, my understanding, from looking at your drawing there, the line of sight, occurs, from each street, uh, the dotted line connecting the two corners of the house facing both streets. So that is the actual line of sight that exists today, uh, with the exception of a tree, on the one side. Now, if you're building this fence, uh, from your drawing, I'm assuming that your fence will begin at the back wall of your house and extend out toward the side street, and then
Okay.
continue parallel to the side street to the rear, okay? So the variance being requested is not involved in the area where the line of sight is currently depicted. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
Okay, okay. Now, my next question is, at the rear of the lot, you have a underground utility easement.
Yeah, so.
And you have in your diagram, uh, a hashed area there representing the easement, which I'm assuming is probably a 10-foot easement. Is that correct?
So what that is, over here, there's, existing, they're not utilities, these are, internet, boxes, there's like four of them. They're not necessarily in my property, however, when the internet company comes in, you know, because there's no fence there, they use my, they use, my yard to, you know, to go in and service, whichever one of the four they need, you know, they were called on to do. Um, that is, you know, which I didn't have a problem with, you know, at the time or even now. However, you know, it just sort of, occurred to me that, all four properties, are using, you know, these boxes. All four properties should have access to them. Right,
Okay.
you know, so, um, the property here, on, I guess, right behind me, does have, access to it because they do not have a fence, so, you know, and then, the other two properties, had fences, so they wouldn't have access to it, you know, if they wanted to, to service their internet or TV needs. So, I mean, I would still be willing to, you know, to sort of, you know, put a door here, you know, in case, these companies, you know, wanna come in and, you know, and do work, but, yeah, no, this is, you know, I suppose this was, this is just me, you know, being a good neighbor.
Have you discussed the access to the easement with the underground utility company?
So, I have not discussed it yet. However, when it comes to, you know, to the gas line, the gas line is in front. This is, strictly, internet and TV lines.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I asked the question because I want you to be aware of the fact that with easements and utilities, uh, these companies require access to that. Now, if you have a fence in the way of an access point,
Yeah.
and you don't have a gate, and they need to access it, you know, with heavy equipment for any reason,
Yeah.
or a cherry picker, you name it, the fence is going to be torn down for access purposes.
Yeah.
So going into it, I'm saying, you know, you might be well advised to consider how big of a gate you need to put there.
Yeah. So, there's a tree, in between, well, one of the two trees, is in between, the neighbor's fence, and the tree, so about right here, and, you know, that would be, I believe, enough space for, for equipment, to get in, but, also there's, you know, the neighbor right beside me, as I said, has a completely, open, yard, as well.
Okay.
But,
I have one, that, I'm satisfied with your answer, sir. I have one more question. Um, have you taken an actual 10-foot measurement off the sidewalk to determine if the sighting of the fence will be impeded by a tree?
I did, and, it is close, but it is 10 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, it is close. I mean, like, some of, like, a few of the, underground roots sort of, kind of, uh, pop up like a couple of inches, but, um, it is, it would be within
Okay.
the 10 feet.
So you'd be willing to adjust on site then for that, or if need be, to back the fence off around an encirclement of the tree if
For my own-
necessary.
For my own survival, because my wife is, expecting this. Absolutely. Make
Okay.
adjustments.
Okay. Thank you, sir. May I have a motion, please?
I'd like to make a motion.
I just actually had a question.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Go
I
ahead.
apologize. You had mentioned that this would somehow make it a safer, eliminate the cut through.
Yeah.
How does it do that? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, so, Lorraine Road is, is really, close.
Yeah.
So if someone wants to, can you bring up the big, overview map? One more? Okay. Yeah, so, Somerset. So, this is, Stewart.
Uh-huh.
The next, street over is, Lorraine Road,
Okay.
which is a very, high traffic area. So as people, have, are walking through or, even, even if they wanna, sort of walk to the highway for some reason, which is, I don't know how, but, I don't know why, do that, but, you can cut through right through my neighborhood, Somerset Drive, and get to 480. And, with Lorraine being, being sort of like, here, for example, they, they come through and then, instead of going around, they cut through
Gotcha.
like right here,
Okay.
and then, which, just having
Thank you.
strangers, in
Understood.
your backyard.
Congratulations on the baby.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Ammons. Have a motion, please.
You may. I would like to motion that case number 450-2026, Martin Durelli,
Got it.
and be approved.
I second.
Okay, discussion?
I want to apologize. I was misreading the map, but when I saw the line of sight, I thought his fence was coming off the front of the house, not the rear. So in reality, his house is blocking this side of view, not anything he's doing with the fence.
Right.
So I am not going to push that further, but I do want to make that apology. We have the typical corner house issue again, which does sort of throw a wrench into a lot of our plans. I would like to see, as you brought up, some type of access so that in the event that someone needs to come to the service their wiring or their boxes for whatever reason they are there, and just so that they would not have to be traipsing through your backyard if there was some type of offense. And you may need to check with them to see what they need for the size. I don't know. I'm not familiar if they're going to be bringing any equipment in, or if they just walk back in there and service their stuff. Because I would hate to see you put a fence up and then next year have somebody have to take it down. Same with trees being very close to fences always sort of alarms me, because trees grow, fences do not. And so when those trees start to grow, they may start pushing on that fence, and then you may have problems anyways. And I do know that it's a whole lot cheaper to take trees down before a fence goes up than after it goes up. So I'm a little concerned with that, because in 5 years or so, you may find that you have a tree that's pushing on your fence, and now you have a fence that's no longer in compliance because it's coming apart, or because it's become unsightly, or because you have other issues going on with it. So you need to make sure that tree is far enough away now, rather than and that it can't grow into it at some point. Things that I think I would consider. Otherwise, due to the corner lot issue, I would simply approve of this simply because of the fact that we have a problem with the corner lot issue, and it's hard to get around it.
Okay. Comments? Anybody?
I have a comment. I've driven that because it's on a corner, but it's on a curve. There are signs that say 15 miles per hour around the curve, so I don't think any obstruction would be a problem. But I'm concerned about the tree being right next to the fence too.
Right.
What kind of trees are they? Do you know?
They're pretty big, but they are done growing.
They're done growing. They're old.
They're relatively. I mean, they would need to be. At the very least, in 5 to 10 years, maybe take them down. But
I think the sighting of the fence, even if a tree was right in the center of the sighting line of the fence, he could build a U-shaped enclosure around the fence on the inside. He wouldn't be using that area. The tree would be isolated, and it could grow maximally without any infringement upon the fence. So there are answers there that can be had. I find the request to be reasonable given the circumstances, and all the issues about access to easement service have been brought up, and he's fully aware of what he might face in the future there, and has every opportunity to go ahead and contact whatever utility or communications provider owns those boxes. That being said, I'm in favor of the variance being requested. Anybody else comment? Okay. All right. Ms. Wilson, could we call the roll, please?
Mr. Ammons,
Yes.
Ms. Glatno?
Yes.
Mr. Mackey?
Yes.
Ms. Schuler?
Yes.
Ms. Berry?
Yes.
Okay, sir, you've passed, made it number 7. Like, it's night baseball tonight, I guess. If you'll see the building department, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, the next case and our last on tonight is number 441-2026, the Cleveland Furniture Company at 4700 Great Northern Boulevard. Would you introduce yourself, sir?
Yes, Mike Bizjack with Sesco Imaging.
Can you spell your name, sir?
BIZJAK.
Thank you.
Here on behalf of Cleveland Furniture Company and request signage variances.
Okay.
Can we go for 8?
Would you raise your hand, please? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. Miss Seeley,
This commercial.
or is it Mr. Wax
Yes.
is going to introduce?
Thank you, Chairman. Yes, this is a request for a variance to the signage regulations within the North Olmsted zoning regulations, section 1163. There's 2 requests for the properties, 4700 Great Northern Boulevard. It's for a the Cleveland Furniture Company, and they're located in a B3 general business zone. The first variance is to allow temporary banner sign on the facade of the building to stay longer than 60 days. And then the second request is a sign area variance, allowing the maximum signage to be 340 and a half square feet, where code permits 178 and a half square feet. This is a request of 162 square feet beyond what is allowed. I will add, well, I guess I'll allow the applicant to do the presentation and make comments later.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Bizjack, proceed, please.
Okay, so first variance is for lifespan of the temporary banner. There's a 60-day limit. The banner, due to the timing and the way the deal came together, this went really quickly. Usually we have several months to plan this stuff out. We'd be in front of you months ago. That was not the case here. That banner was put up on April 17th, the day they opened. And we would like to expand that to be 60 days from whenever we can get a building permit or whatever day the signage is able to be installed. Purpose of that is so they have an actual identification of the business beyond that 60-day time period, which would expire in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want me to move on to the second?
Yes, sir.
Variance? Okay. Second area variance, or the area variance we're requesting is to provide for what we believe is reasonable and appropriate identification of the business and their main product lines. Cleveland Furniture Company is a smaller regional company, basically in northeastern Ohio. They're fighting, they're fighting for their niche in the market with some of the bigger companies in the area. One of which was Value City Furniture, and they'd like to be able to identify their main ID in a manner consistent with their other stores, which is Brunswick and Menor and soon to be Belton Village. The only one that's different is the old Assista Furniture that's on State Road in Parma. That has a whole different look and everything because it's not the same type of setting. Their name is a little bit long, longer than most, so it kind of almost creates a need for a larger area sign. The primary identifiers, they want people to know that they're not just furniture. They've got lighting. They do custom lighting. They have a full line of mattresses, and then the accessories was the fourth thing that made sense as far as identifying primary product lines. We believe the signage is somewhat consistent with what's at the property and what has occurred at other area properties. And I don't want to get into too much of this, but that's the reason why we feel it's reasonable and appropriate.
Now, I know I put that into the, request, but, I realized I did not provide any examples, so I'd like to give you a couple.
Yes, please, go ahead.
Examples.
Thank you.
So now what these show, first page shows the proposed frontage. The second page, or it shows the proposed frontage, and then it shows the Brunswick store. The Brunswick store is a bit of a larger building. It's an old Marks location,
Thank you.
and it's set back a little further. So their sign is actually a bit larger there. They have a 9-foot sign, 9-foot main ID sign, and 3-foot secondary signs. At the other two locations that are currently opening, Menor and Belden Village, they're at the same main ID sign size, but they're at a larger secondary sign size. Due to the design of the building, we felt we wanted to scale that back a little. Plus, this has the shallowest setback of any of those buildings. We didn't feel that secondary sign needed to be quite as much, but we still want them to be. So that's what the first page shows. Second page shows the Ashley outlet. It identifies a frontage, sign area. Their letters are actually 1.5 feet taller, almost. Their sign is significantly larger. They do not have secondary signs. Their building frontage is approximately. The Vitamin World was just showing another example of multiple signs. The third one is Bob's Furniture. They're about the same size. They have similar signage overall. They do have two primary. Now, with regards to fitting within this property, on the property on the fourth page is Harbor Freight Tools and Designer something fashions. I'm sorry, Discount Fashions. They have 5 and 4 foot letters. We're at 3.5 foot for our primary letters, Cleveland and Furniture. We believe that Harbor Freight shows up really nicely. They're 4 foot. That was one of the driving factors for putting that sign size where we did. And it is actually the two smallest signs that they have at any of their stores. The sizes that we're proposing.
Okay. Anything else to add on that?
The only other thing is, I went through the questions, I answered them as best as possible.
Okay.
It's a signage variance, some things apply, some things are kind of,
Right.
not as clear.
Okay, let me proceed here with Mr. Wackers.
Yeah. Regards to the temporary extension, we feel that that's a variance that really does not have a significant impact over time. It will resolve itself. So we really take no position on it. We leave it to the board to determine that. This property has been the subject of a number of variances, particularly to signage. One example was in 2005 with Value City first coming in, I believe. They got a variance for larger signage. This board made that determination because of the distance of the building from the street as causing a burden. I just wanted to raise that this board has on multiple occasions granted variances for signage. So I think the board can take that into account in addition to the applicant's presentation. I have no other comments.
Okay. All right. Do you have anything else that you want to add finally, sir?
Won't answer any questions.
Okay. We'll proceed with questions in that matter now. Anybody have questions of the applicant?
I have none.
Okay. I just have one question. You feel that 60 days is a long enough period for the temporary signage at this time so that you can get all the permitting done with the city and the last of the design work to make this happen?
Oh, I'm asking for 60 days from issuance of building.
Okay.
Which I'm guessing is gonna be right around the middle of, if this is resolved this evening,
No,
this is final determination, then we could proceed with building permit. I would expect that we would have building permit around about 60 days from when the permit or the ban was initially put up. At that point, 60 days from there. And that's enough time for us to manufacture and install the signs. I'm gonna guess that we'll probably be in there around 55, and it changes. I mean, it's, you know,
Okay.
in our production facility, those timelines change all the time.
Okay, understood.
We'll make sure that it is within 60 days.
Can I make one note? We've been working with Paul Serino, the owner.
Yes,
He needs to apply for a plan amendment for painting the building black.
I did it for him.
Yeah, we've been trying to work with Paul. Yeah, he's having some difficulty trying to make an online account, I think. So we're trying to walk him through it. So I just know that that is another thing, another step too, to get that approved to paint the building black would be a plan amendment.
I'm going to tell you that I was having the same similar problems with your online system. It wouldn't allow me to actually submit the permit application. Linda?
No,
There's a Linda and a Lynn.
no,
Yeah.
it was me. I was
Okay.
talking to you about it.
It's confusing.
Lynn.
You're in planning?
Yeah.
No, Linda in building.
Yeah.
Actually took the application and I think entered everything, or did, was it
Oh,
you?
okay. No, I did not do that.
Yeah, I had to email her everything. She entered the information in. Yeah, there was some issues with it didn't want to allow me to that last
Submit.
plans. And it just
Yeah.
said no.
We're trying to work through that right now, Lynn.
Yeah, Paul was
and I.
supposed to be here this evening. I'm not sure what happened.
Okay.
Okay, well, you know, we've asked the question, you've provided the answer, we'll proceed. Okay? You have a motion, Mr. Ammons.
So I have a quick question. Now, as we're dealing with two different variances that don't have anything to do with each other, is it proper to have a motion for each variance? Or is it?
That
can
would
we
be
do it
clean if there was anything that was contested. Yeah.
All right. So what I will do then is for case number 441-2026, Cleveland Furniture, variance number 1, the extension of a temporary sign be approved.
I second.
Okay. Do you want to discuss that first and then move on to another motion, or do you
Yeah,
want to
you have to
include?
You have to do it that way.
Okay, well, we'll do it that way.
So, yeah, a temporary signage I think is reasonable for what he's asking, since we're, you know, delaying him, and he's got to have time to prepare the front of the building and the signage. So, my one caveat would be that if for some reason a storm would come up and tear the sign up and make it look poor, that we have a, you know, either a replacement sign put up or something happens to this. That would be a rarity, I agree, but I just don't want to have something hanging off the building for a month because you didn't have your sign ready because we had a freak storm blow through. No, they would have us. I'm sorry, am I able to speak?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. They would have us out there to correct that, whether it be to put a new one up or to re-secure it.
Okay.
And there's significant amount of mounting holes around the perimeter.
Okay.
So I have nothing else.
Yeah, I concur with, you know, what you've discussed, on the temporary signage. Any other comments about the temporary signage issue?
I'm good.
Okay, we could take roll.
Mr. Ammons?
Yes.
Ms. Glatno?
Yes.
Ms. Schuler?
Yes.
Ms. Berry?
Yes.
Mr. Mackey?
Yes. Okay, Mr. Ammons?
I would like to also further make a request that case number 441-2026 Cleveland Furniture on variance number 2, sign being larger than permitted, be approved.
I second.
Okay, discussion? I'll start then. As Mr. Wackers has noted, in the past, we've had cases appear before us dealing with signage on Great Northern Boulevard. These buildings have substantial setbacks from the street, and most of our decisions have been driven by that particular fact. I believe this is the setback on this one. I don't have it, but it is, you know, it is substantial. The setback noted for Harbor Freight, for example, is 300 feet. So people traveling on Great Northern Boulevard, you know, benefit by having substantial signage on these buildings. You know, we're all looking for a place to do our shopping, and the correct signage, notwithstanding what the code says, is the answer.
I agree, actually, you know, the signage is double the actual signage, but in this particular case, the sign would, the arrangement of the way that the sign is put together would make it illegible, I think, from the street, especially at speed or in a darkness, or which I guess, unless someone asks a question,
No, there's a motion.
okay, yep, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
The signage as depicted does fill the front entranceway to the building. So it does direct people, you know, what the purpose of the building is, and it is visible from the street.
Especially if it were lighted in some way from the street.
Anybody else? Okay, we have the roll, please.
Mr. Ammons?
Yes.
Ms. Glutno?
Yes.
Ms. Berry?
Yes.
Ms. Schuler?
Yes.
Mr. Mackey?
Yes. So the issue passes 5-0.
What, 9, 8, 9?
This is yeah, we've had a perfect evening. Okay, with that,
By the way, the
there-
signage is lit, the main sign.
okay, thank you, sir. Is there any other business before the board this evening? Okay, with that, the board is adjourned at 8:48.